My name is Ben Palmer-Fry and these are my Rewilding Diaries. So what does rewilding mean to you?
Rewilding means it's a complex question. That means a lot of things. Primarily letting nature get on with it with as little interference as possible. Maybe a bit of a kickstart like I've done with my own land.
So my name is Ben. I'm a biologist and general nature lover. This is Otto. My dog, he is fantastic, has his own passport, so travels with me. I love skating and surfing and camping, fires and things. And I was a teacher before. I was teaching in London, I was teaching biology, but also outdoor learning, bringing kids closer to nature. But I found in doing that I was getting more distant from it myself, kind of becoming domesticated. So first thing, I took myself off to a conference on rewilding, so sort of natural stuff, up in Cambridge where I used to go to university. So I've got my name badge and there's lots of interesting people here and I'm going to the lecture theatre. Talks were fascinating. My old supervisor was there, which is cool, from my PhD. But also just met so many different people from industry, farmers, and also this guy called Moses Brings Plenty, who was a Lakota Sioux Indian, who's an amazing guy.
I'm a wild horse advocate, an environmentalist, historian, and on the side I do a little bit of acting and some stunts.
Sweet. Like in The Revenant, right?
Yeah, like The Revenant.
Yeah. I also got to ask a few slightly more pertinent questions. Would you rather be a beaver or a wolf?
Ooh, a beaver, definitely.
Why? So, I bought myself a Mercedes minibus, a big community bus that just had some chairs in it and a lift on the back and things like that, and then spent the next few months turning it into a motorhome. So using all sorts of stuff and really, really enjoying the process. Eventually it got to the point where I had my ferry booked, and so I was packing all my stuff into the van overnight. Pulled an all-nighter, classic. Said goodbye to my folks who were visiting me at the time, which was really great. They actually had their sort of first cup of tea in the van with me. Then through the dawn drove and got myself onto the ferry over to France, and find myself now in Spain, in northern Spain. So I want to give you a tour of Jemima, mi furgoneta. I'm just in a little Spanish port, and yeah, welcome. Hey Otto. Went for a surf yesterday, so I have a lovely place to hang my suit, which dries in the footwell. Otto sits in the footwell as well, just curls up, loves that. So yeah, it's great. Sit here, do some good miles in the driving seat, got a nice soft wheel cover, which is awesome. All my electrics and things are in here, so battery, solar charger, split charger from the engine and all that kind of jazz. Binoculars ready to do any nature watching. Inverter here, which gives me sort of mains power, which is grand. Wood store and stuff is down in there behind the driving seat. And then here we are. So here is Jemima. So I've obviously cleaned her a little bit, but you can see, yeah, it's been such a joy making her. So my whole family are craftsmen, so it's been a real joy taking my sort of academically soft hands and getting them a bit rough. So let's start with the kitchen. Okay, so little sink hob combo which saves space, little cool box down there. Underneath here I've actually got, if you can see the blue in there, it's something called a calorifier, so I get hot water from the engine that circulates through there, and I can also switch it on with a immersion heater there, so whenever I want hot water it comes out, which is great. So this is really cool, so it doubles up all my sort of bits and bobs here. This is a shower head as well, see, it's extendable, so I'll show you something really cool. So when I need a shower, I take down my shower curtain, which is a hula hoop. I stick it up to these little Velcro pads here. What I do is I can take the table off. This is like many of the bits of wood, a bit of old church that my dad foraged many years ago when they were converting the local church into something a bit more modern. Still a church, but just the furniture and stuff. And then take this off, and you've got a lovely shower cubicle. So I've got my sort of big surf bucket outside with my wetsuit in it, or some bits and bobs in it at the moment. But that just goes into a bucket. The shower head goes in there. So great. Yeah, this is a lovely old. So rather than create a sort of classic camper van with sort of built-in storage, I decided to use some old bits of furniture because, well, I just like the Georgian furniture, and if I was going to live in here, I figured, hey, it'd be quite sweet to actually have a home. So I actually just got all these old bits of furniture. This is an old wardrobe, got all my stuff in there, with all the old labels on. Look, this is awesome. Got my ties there. Yeah, that's great. And yeah, little place for my books. I've got more down there. I haven't built the bookshelf yet, but yeah. So this is my bed. Lovely little cozy spot. Love curling up in it. It's great. I mean, even when the wind's rocking the bus around, it's lovely that you can just sort of sit and look out at the sea. Or when it's nicer weather than it is now, you can open the back doors, making sure stuff doesn't fall out, and just sort of sit there and enjoy the air. You can obviously see my surfboard in here, slung up, longboard. There's the shower curtain. Got a great other bits of furniture. Yeah, just built in some old chest of drawers, sort of Georgian style, and obviously got my skateboard and various things stored back there. Lovely wood burning stove. Got this on the cheap from a local workshop where I was building the van in Dorset. Lovely little bit of sort of ventilation system at the back, which is just linked to the outside. When it heats up, it circulates air through, so helps the drawing of the stove as well. And yeah, little sofa. This table doubles up when you take the lid off. It doubles up as a, well, it doesn't double up, it's got many functions, so look, I'll show you. That comes up, and here is a flamenco drum, so able to keep some instruments with me as well. My guitar's under the bed as well, so ready to, it's nice to be able to have a jam every now and again. And I think that more or less is it. So yeah, here's the wagon, and yeah, it's got a, oh, one last thing, curtain rails. These are all lovely old bits of hazel from the woods near the house in Dorset. I've just sort of whittled them out and rubbed some candle wax on them. So the last question you might have is do you have a toilet? And yes, I do. It's a bucket that's under there, and it's so simple because people like misunderstand a lot about sewage and how it works. And I obviously, we outside, and when I need to use the loo, get the bucket out. I've got composting bags, put that in the bucket, got a whole bag of sawdust in there behind the driving seat, put some sawdust in, do my business, put some more sawdust on top, and after about a few hours, the bacteria that cause that awful aroma of sewage, they die because the stuff desiccates, it dries out, and so you've got absolutely no problems. And so actually, just after a while, it breaks down, and I can take that and either dispose of it normally or bury it somewhere, and it's a-okay. So yeah, it's got everything I need. Exciting. I want to go out and explore different rewilding projects and rewild myself.